Hi, I'm Sina and I'm a drummer.
From toddler on tour bus to emerging drum prodigy, the story of Sina Döring begins long before the viral videos. Born on 6 May 1999 in Marburg, Germany, Sina entered a household steeped in music. Her father, Michael Döring, also known as Mike Wilbury, is a live and studio musician, and her mother plays piano and sings casually. At just 2 years old, she accompanied her father's Beatles tribute band on tour, absorbing the rhythms of stage life. By around age 10, she took up formal drumming lessons and began to demonstrate a fluency with groove that many found remarkable. In short, unlike many overnight internet successes, Sina's roots were planted years in advance. The studio sessions, the family backing, the early exposure to performance, all of it shaped her. She wasn't simply thrust into the spotlight, she was built for it. Her youth years included regular drum instruction at Drummers, inspiration in Krefeld from 2009-2016. Transition. But her journey wasn't purely academic or local. Her next phase would see her stepping into the global arena via YouTube. At just 14, she pressed upload, and a world of drumming followers took notice. In 2013, Sina's father launched her YouTube channel, uploading her first drum cover of Metropolis PT, One by Dream Theater. Over the years, the channel grew rapidly, reaching in excess of 1.7 million subscribers and hundreds of millions of views. What made it stand out? Her selection of classics, her precision behind the kit, and the novelty of a young German woman tackling rock and metal drumming with real skill. Her cover of Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits, for instance, became widely shared. But the cover videos came with their own complications. Heavy use of original audio and the limitations of copyright on YouTube meant that despite high view numbers, monetization was often claimed by rights holders. On her official site, she notes the majority of revenue from those videos goes to major labels, making the channel's financial model less straightforward than it appears. Transition. Even as her YouTube star status rose, Sina began to ask, could this become something more than covers? When the viral velocity is high, the real test is whether you can turn clicks into creation. Around 2015, Sina pivoted from mostly drum cover videos to launching an ambitious original project. She assembled young musicians from around the world for what became the Kai Might albums, the first released in 2016 via Rockwork Records. The effort was not trivial. Rather than simply drumming on someone else's track, she moved into arranging, collaborating, and building multi-artist works. On her blog, she expresses frustration with copy and paste, loop-based productions, and emphasizes that the Kai Might project was about real music, played by actual musicians on actual instruments. Girls Got Groove.com. Subsequent installments followed. Kai Might Roman 2 in 2019 and Kai Might Roman 3 in 2020, self-released during the pandemic. This shift marks a key turning point, from YouTube performer to independent artist. But while the creativity expanded, the audience expectations did too, and the question of whether viewers of covers would follow into originals became real. Transition. With the original work underway, Sina's career then pushed into partnerships and live performance on larger stages. A young YouTube star? Yes. A touring drummer with rock legends? Also yes. Sina's profile gained further traction through high-profile collaborations and live performances. She played with the German hard rock band The Guess from 2017 to March 2021, releasing the album Savage in 2017, and supporting acts such as Glenn Hughes and Manfred Mann's Earth Band. Additionally, noted drummer Ian Pace of Deep Purple publicly praised her cover of Burn, and later collaborated with her in 2021. She also took the stage in Europe with Joe Lynn Turner at the Vienna State Opera as part of the Rock the Opera tour. These opportunities placed her not just in front of a YouTube camera, but on real stages with rock royalty. Yet along with visibility came pressure. The need to perform live consistently, tackle wider genres, and maintain authenticity in a context where audience expectations may have been formed by viral clips, not full concerts. Transition, but not everything was smooth. The next segment examines the lesser-told struggles behind the scenes. Behind the tight fills and flashing cymbals lies a story of balancing artistry, expectation, and growth. While Sina's channel and performance credentials have been impressive, her path has not been without complexity. One significant issue: the reliance on cover videos meant that revenue from YouTube is largely claimed by major labels, as she herself reports on her site. In addition, she faced the challenge of being seen as the YouTube cover drummer, rather than simply drummer. So achieving recognition for originals, studio work and live performance required a shift in perception. Her intensive studies at the Drummers Institute in Krefeld, 2017-18, and later at the RTZ Conservatory in Arnhem, 2020-2024, graduating with a bachelor's degree, show her commitment, but also the demands on time and mindset required to transition from amateur star to professional musician. The COVID-19 pandemic further disrupted live appearances and touring, pushing many artists into self-production. And for Sina, this meant producing Kai Might Roman 3 in 2020 under self-release. Moreover, moving countries, relocating to London in 2024, and sustaining a platform grew increasingly complex as algorithmic changes, copyright claims, and audience shifts all played a part. These behind-the-scenes realities seldom make the highlight reels, but they shape the trajectory of an emerging star. Transition. Finally, what's next for this viral sensation? The next section explores her recent moves and speculations about the future. The question now isn't just, how did she get here? But where will she go next? In mid-2024, Sina moved her base to London, UK, after years of study and performance in mainland Europe. Her website notes that she had moved her recording studio out of her father's basement, and originally, to a houseboat in the Netherlands before relocating. Rumors among her fan community speak of a new original album, deeper genre explorations, jazz-pop drumming given her RTZ background, and perhaps a shift from viral cover star to full-fledged recording artist. Press coverage suggests she may be looking to capitalize on her credentials, collaborations, degree, touring to secure roles beyond YouTube, session work, headline performance, or production. While nothing official has been confirmed, analysts note that the drumming YouTube boom is hitting saturation, and successful creators must diversify. For Sina, the move to London may signal that diversification. The key question: will her next step be gimmick-free, genuinely artistic, and accepted by both the YouTube audience and pro music circles? Transition. With that, we turn to the final thoughts. In summary, Sina Döring's journey, from a child in a musical family to YouTube phenomenon to collaborating drummer with rock legends, reveals a layered narrative of talent, strategy, challenge, and ambition. She showcases how viral exposure can open doors, but also how serious musicianship, education, and adaptation are required to walk through them. As we've seen, her path is not just about clicks or covers. It's about credibility, evolution, and the next chapter. The surprise. The surface of YouTube fame may look bright, but the deeper story is of hard work, transition, and foresight. For viewers, the takeaway is this: in an era of fast fame, the real endurance lies in reinvention. We'll be watching to see whether Sina's next move confirms that.